Hello, everyone. I am running super duper late today. I was quickly trying to wrap up filming this look for you, which will be coming in a future video. But today has been not how it was supposed to be. But anyway, that's whatever. It is bucketing down raining right now. Is it raining as hard for you guys wherever you are in the world or Australia? I guess you're probably more likely to have rain if you're in Australia at this moment. Yeah, so this is my weekly live stream for those that are new around here. I jump on every Sunday around this time. I'm trying to make it a little bit earlier, but I'm so disorganized in the morning that it just hasn't happened as yet. So I do these every Sunday afternoon at this stage, and I just jump on and I talk about the new releases that have been released over the past week, and I'll let you know my thoughts on them. And while we are here, you can jump on in the chat, wherever it is. It might be over there, it might be down there for you. Depends what device you are watching me on today. But you can jump on in the chat and let me know your thoughts on the items that I'm going to be talking about. And if there's anything in particular that you would also like me to discuss today, or if you would like my opinion on it at all, you can let me know in the comments and I'll try and find it on Instagram. So, shameless plug while we're here. If you're not already following me on Instagram, what the heck are you doing? My username is themakeupenthusiast. I am starting to pick up my game somewhat on Instagram. So if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram. I'd love to see you over there on Instagram. Anyway, so I go through each week and I save a whole heap of stuff on Instagram and we talk about them. So the accounts I follow to find new releases, mainly Beauty News Official, and I also use Indie Makeup Spotlight. I also use Indie Mood, and I also used Trend Mood occasionally to find more stuff to talk about. So I'm going to scroll right down to my saved stuff, and first we might talk about the new palette from Melt. And I know a lot of people were excited about this palette. Me, not so much. I'm not sure how I feel about this palette. So for those of you that haven't seen it, this is what she looks like. I'm just not sure how I feel about this palette. The packaging, I don't really like the packaging. I feel like it's a little bit too bulky. I'm going to try and see if I can find a photo of it closed for you. You might get a better understanding of what I'm meaning when I say I don't really like the packaging if you see it closed. I'm sure I saved about 5 million pictures of this week. Yeah, so this is what it looks like closed. I don't know, there's just something about it that I'm just not feeling. I know there's so many people that have seen the swatches. They saw that before they even saw the swatches and they just saw the palette, they were all over it. But I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think this palette is anything special. I don't think it's anything new. This is another reason. I feel like the shadows, though, particularly knowing the track record of Melt shadows, I know a lot of people have had troubles with Melt shadows, and I know a lot of people have had their Melt shadows fall out or they crumble all over the place. I feel like that this is probably not a good way to go about having your packaging. I feel like the powders from one shadow, when you close it, is going to fall on top of the other shadow. Particularly if these mattes are really powdery, any powder that's left over on the palette when you close it, it's going to, I guess you could say, cross-contaminate across to these other colors. So I don't get the hype. I don't understand. I mean, it's a pretty palette, but it's nothing new. It's nothing special. I don't get it. I do not get the hype about this palette. So obviously you can probably guess I'm not going to be picking that one up. I don't know. I think I'm kind of over the bandwagon of Melt. I'm kind of over wanting to try anything from Melt. I mean, it's a brand that if I had the chance to try, I probably would give it a shot, but to go out of my own way and spend my money to try it myself, I wouldn't do that. Marc Jacobs have released a new enamored Enamored with Pride, Dazzling Gloss Lip Lacquers. So there are 6 new colors. 10% of the retail price of each of these limited edition lip glosses between the 6th of June and the 10th of July will be donated to SAGE, which is an organization dedicated to providing advocacy services and support to older members of the LGBT community. I think this is a pretty gloss. I think for $28 US, though, it's not pretty enough for my liking. There are a decent range of shades in this collection. None that I really need and none that I'm really interested in buying. I like that they're donating money. I think it's cool. Most of the collections or items that are coming out through Pride Month that are kind of rainbow themed or rainbow related, or have any kind of pride relation to them, most companies I've noticed are donating money, which I think is fantastic. I think the more, awareness that can be made about it, the better. My same comment as last week. I'm a little bit disappointed that it has to take for it to be Pride Month for all these brands to be putting money into these organizations and these charities and putting an emphasis on promoting like pride related items. I'm just a bit sad that it takes for it to come to Pride Month. Like, it can be any day of the year. Why does it have to be specifically Pride Month that money gets donated to these organizations and that they bring out like rainbow related items? I wish that they would do it in just like September or December. Like, any old day of the year you can be supporting a charity or an organization for something. You don't have to wait until the specific day of that charity or the specific month for that charity. But I guess if it's the only time of year that these brands are going to donate to these companies and cash in on it, I don't know. It's a whole nother topic, that one, isn't it? It's hard. They definitely need to be donating the money, but it's just sad that they only do it for 1 month a year. Moving on, Love Lux Beauty have come out with a few palettes, I think. Let me just check. Oh, my nose is not handling this cold weather. I cannot deal. So it looks like they've come out with 2 palettes, and I believe I've already spoken about one of them. And the one I've spoken about, what's it called? Let me see what it's called. The Something Gorgeous palette, but I don't think I've mentioned what the hell is this palette called? I don't know what the blue palette's called. I can't find the name of the blue palette. I think both of these palettes are really beautiful. I think they're both really beautiful, but I think I'm going to definitely pass. There's so many releases at the moment. Felicity, oh no, I messed up my timing and just arrived at the supermarket. Have a good live chat. Hope I'll catch the end. I hope you can catch the end too, Felicity. I'm sure you will. Don't be too long shopping so you can come back and catch the end. Yeah, these are really pretty, but I don't think they're anything fantastic. They're nothing groundbreaking. The brand seems pretty cool. I'm assuming that they are pretty expensive for us Aussies. So I'm going to give these a miss, but I think it's cool. I like how some of these colors are, these pinks and purples and the blues and greens in here are almost neon. I like that fact about them. But I'd be interested to know about the formula, because sometimes neons are really, really hard to work with, because they're really hard to make like a good formula. So I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued to try the formula, but I don't think I can justify buying them. They're not grabbing my attention or anything like that enough. Wiki Lux have come out with something really, really weird. This is a rainbow lip balm for Pride Month. I mean, it looks cool, but it just comes off as a normal like pH color changing lip product. So it's nothing really special. really. It just looks cool. I mean, it does look like a bit of a, like a, what do you call them? Like an icy pole. I mean, that's pretty cool, but so 10% of the purchase supports North Shore Eagle, by the looks of it, which is an organization providing safe space, education, and community for the LGBTQ plus youth, which is cool. It is a $18 lip balm. This says it's the 50th year of Pride. I did not know that. Yeah, I think it's cute. I think the concept's cute. I like how it looks like a little popsicle, but I don't think I'm going to buy this. Yeah, 10%. I mean, it's not the best amount, but it's better than nothing. Some brands aren't even donating anything. Moving on to Becca. So just when we thought Becca had died a natural death, they are beating a dead horse again, and they have come out with some more Champagne Pop products. So it looks like we have Champagne Pop, what is this, version 5.8 or something. They've released this in a million different imprints on the pan and a million different colored packaging and all that. Oh, this is annoying. So yeah, for those of you that haven't got Champagne Pop and you want it, it's not the greatest highlighter, guys. I wouldn't recommend it. But you could definitely get it. And if you want to match your whole shebang to it, we also have a glow body stick. We have a glow dust highlighter. We have a glow silk highlighter drops, and we also have a glow gloss. So if you want your whole body to be Champagne Pop, here is your perfect opportunity, because you can get everything in Champagne Pop. Like, I didn't even think that this was something I needed. Thanks, Becca, for letting me know that I'm missing so much Champagne Pop in my life. I'm not going to buy any of this. This is ridiculous. I just think Becca needs to give up on this train. One thing that I am interested to know is if Jaclyn Hill is still getting some form of money or payment every time Becca relaunch or release some form of Champagne Pop. I want to know if she's getting like any kind of money from it. I think she completely cut ties with them in terms of like her contract and everything. I think she just like wiped them. But they come out with so much Champagne Pop stuff. So I would really be interested to know if she's getting any kind of, I guess, royalties from it. Because, yeah, that would be rolling in. I would imagine she wouldn't be, though. Otherwise, they wouldn't be releasing as much stuff as they are in Champagne Pop. I'm just going to mute you guys for like 2 seconds so I can properly blow my nose, and then we'll have a breather for a moment with my runny nose. Okay, that was not fun for you guys to watch. I'm really sorry. Moving on. BH Cosmetics have come out with yet another collection. Oh my gosh, BH Cosmetics are like worse than ColourPop this year. So this is the BH Cosmetics. So this is the BH Cosmetics collaboration with Marvin Magnificent. I've never heard of Marvin Magnificent. Let me see. Nope, never heard of Marvin. I'm terrible when it comes to like other influencers, like knowing who they are. This is a bit of a yawn fest though. So this is what his palette looks like. This is what his palette looks like if it focuses. So it's just like a neutral palette, really. There's nothing special about it. and it has 5 larger pans, which look to be some form of highlighter, and then we have a 10 round pans of eyeshadow, and there's also a brush set. So I mean, it's cool that they're collaborating, but I almost feel like BH Cosmetics and Makeup Revolution, they're coming out with so many releases and so many collaborations with other influencers that they don't really give the influencer time to shine. Like, it's like, here's a release. Cool. Here's the next one. Yep, here's the next one. Like, there's not enough time for the hype to build and for them to really shine before they release the next palette. They're not really giving the influencers like the platform to let their releases shine before they release the next collaboration or the next palette. Michelle says I'd say it would have been for a period of time, and therefore Becca owned the rights to use it after the contract. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was just curious. To, like, maybe, but I doubt it, because I think one, her contract would definitely well and truly be over, and two, with that whole kerfuffle with her palette, I think she pretty much just like wiped them and like cancelled them. It's okay. I've got tissues as well. As long as we don't get sick. I don't want to get sick this season. But the chill in the air, it always makes my nose like a little bit runny. Makeup Revolution have collaborated with Pride. No. Is that... I don't know whether this is a collaboration or this is just this is called the Makeup Revolution X Pride Collection. So they are going to be donating £25,000 to the Human Dignity Trust, and we'll be marching alongside the LGBTQIA community at Pride celebrations globally. Okay. Cool. I don't know how they're going to be marching, but anyway, that's really cool. Sometimes I feel like brands kind of shoot themselves in the foot when they say they're going to donate, but they don't really put a specific number on it or like a specific percentage, or they don't specify whether it's going to be of the profits or of the global sales. Like they're very like ambiguous with how much they're going to donate, and people can see through that. People can see right through that. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk today. People can see right through that. So I do appreciate that they're putting a dollar figure on it and letting people know it's going to be flat out £25,000. This collection, though, I don't know. Considering my past experience with Makeup Revolution, I don't have really high hopes for it. It's pretty cool. Typical rainbow palettes, which are, yeah, I don't know. I don't really like the Makeup Revolution like pigment color formula. So I don't think this would be all that much of a success in terms of like usage and color payoff. But if you want a little color palette, it would be very cheap. Does it say how much? It doesn't have a price. It doesn't have a price. So, yeah. Next, Glam Glow have a new product, and this is the Moisture Trip. This is the Omega Rich Hemp Seed Oil Face Moisturizer. See what you did there, Glam Glow Moisture Trip. Cool. Skin types is supposed to be all skin types, so normal, dry, and combination. Concerns are dryness, dullness, uneven texture, and redness. It's a cream formulation. It's supposed to have hemp seed oil, chaga mushrooms, hyaluronic acid. I don't know whether really this would be good for a combination skin, but anyway, sounds cool. It looks green. It has a green jar. Nothing really special about it. This is what it looks like nothing really special. I'm just wondering, this is going to be 54 US dollars. So that's like over $100 Australian. So this is a flat out no for a moisturizer. I'm not paying $100 for a facial moisturizer. That is ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. Pixi have a new collection, and this is the Pixi Pretties collection for 2019. So it includes products in collaboration with Chloe Morello, FRM Head to Toe, Mary M, New York City, Rach Loves, and That's Hard. I don't know who half of those people are. It looks pretty cool. It looks like there's a highlighter palette, a eyeshadow palette. There's a few, I want to say glitter eye, like the Stila Magnificent Metals. 2 individual highlighters, maybe some lip glosses. I can't really tell what they are. And an eyeshadow base, potentially. I don't know. Pixi is very expensive in Australia. I think it's too expensive in Australia, but anyway. I would like to try stuff from Pixi. Now I'm clicking through. I would like to try some stuff from Pixi. I've heard that their duo highlighters are like phenomenal. So if I was going to try anything from Pixi at the moment, I would probably pick that up. And I wouldn't mind maybe trying or picking up the Glow Tonic again. And maybe when I run out of moisturizer, I might pick up one of their moisturizers to like replace what I've got at the moment. But this collection, And I'm not really drawn to support any of these influencers, so I'm going to give it all a miss. Colourpop have released some new blush and highlighter sticks. I'm going to pass on these straight away because I don't like cream products, but I do think these are cool little sets. So you can get each of these for $8 US, or you can get for $22 US a pre-made set for a pre-made bundle of a set of 3. So yeah, I think these have really nice colors, but I'm not really about the stick blushes or the stick highlighters. Yeah, I think if you like cream products, that this would be a really good collection for you, but I just don't enjoy cream products. I think they're a really good price. If you want to like bulk out your cream product collection, like your cream blushes and your cream highlighters, this would be a really good way of doing it. Jeffree Star has revealed some new lip glosses. So these glosses come in 2 formulas. So we have a Extreme Shine and a Glitter Fantasy. They're supposed to be 18 shades, and the formula is non-sticky and has a light vanilla creme brulee scent. They will be $18 US each. You know how I feel about Jeffree Star. So that right off the bat is going to stop me from buying these products. I don't like the packaging. I feel like the packaging is so obnoxious. Yeah, I don't know. Jeanette says, I'm really looking forward to the JS lip glosses. You'll have to let me know how you get on with them. I just have so many lip glosses that I never use. I don't need any more. I like the color range. I think they're pretty. There's a black. Wow, that's interesting. I just don't like the packaging. The colors, I don't know. I don't really have a good photo of the colors, actually. Here we go. Cool. In true Jeffree Star form, he does have a good range of colors. He is one to always release a good range of colors. Jeanette says, I don't mind him in the sense I just look at his products, and at the end of the day, everyone has a history. And I'll let you know, I love lip glasses. Yeah. Some of the colors do look pretty cool, though. I will give you that. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of him in general, so I don't really like to support his brand, but I don't begrudge anyone like supporting him. It's just my personal preference is to not support him. Glasses. Oopsies. That's all right. I thought you were talking about the MAC lip glasses. So I just thought it wasn't even a typo. What do we have next? So It Cosmetics have come out with a new primer. So this is the oil-free primer. It's supposed to be a makeup gripping base and pore refiner and hydrator, all-day grip technology. Okay. I'm kind of, one, moving away from primers, and two, moving away from these really mattifying primers. I just feel like they tend to clog my pores. So I have the Makeup Forever, that matte primer, which is really, really hard to get out of the tube, and it's like quite tacky. It's got that gripping technology, I guess you could say. I don't really enjoy it, so I'm definitely not going to pick this one up. I just feel like sometimes these gripping formulas really clog my pores and make my makeup look more cakey than it does without a primer. So I'm going to give that one a miss as well. Moving on, Australis have expanded their Fresh and Flawless range, which, one, I think is really cool, but two, I don't think they have expanded enough. That's just my opinion. Yeah, Michelle says grip ones have silicone in them and may be linked to clogging up pores. Yeah, which is why I don't really enjoy them all that much. They feel, I don't really enjoy that like slippy feeling on my skin. After you like put it on, it makes your skin almost feel greasy. I don't enjoy that feeling at all. You're allergic to silicone. Oh my gosh. So you would definitely have to stay away from this. I'm assuming it definitely has silicone in it. Let me see if it says anything in the... It doesn't say that it has silicone in it, but I am 100% assuming it has silicone in it. Yeah, so Australis has expanded their range to 10 shades, which I think is a good start. But yeah, I don't think it's enough in my opinion. Let me see if I can find some photos of what they have added. I think they've just gone deeper. I don't think they've gone lighter. I think they've just gone deeper. This one here looks pretty deep. I think it's cool that a Aussie brand is like going deeper in shades. I sometimes feel like Australian brands kind of bury their heads in the sand and just have this like assumption that no one in Australia has a deep skin tone. And I know a lot of retailers as well hardly ever stock like the full range. For example, the NARS Sheer Glow, I think we're missing about like 6 or 7 of the colors. They don't all get stocked at Mecca, and it's the darker side of the shade range that they don't stock. So I feel like sometimes they just assume that no one in Australia has a deeper skin tone, which is absolutely ridiculous. There are different types of silicone. I've never tried the Australis powder. Is it any good? I really enjoy it. I think it's a really good powder. I usually stock up on it quite a lot because I fly through powder because I have very oily skin. So I do enjoy it, and you can usually get it on sale at Priceline for like 50% off because Australis usually has pretty good sales most of the time. And I think at 50% off, it's about $7. And yeah, I use it to set my powder. I use it to set my base, and I use it to touch up if I need to, like if I blot and then reapply, I'll use that. And it does come in like 10 colors now. So if you want a bit of extra coverage, it's there if you need it. I usually buy the translucent one, which has a bit of a yellow tinge to it. Like if you have really pale skin, it will probably show up as a color on your skin. But for me, it's not too bad. We don't have many brands either, like Australis is in a chemist. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's not many like Australian makeup brands. We are pretty lacking in that department. There's a few really good Australian indie brands though. Might have to give it a go. I also have combination oily skin, and I do prefer my powder to have a slight coverage. Yeah. So if you have, I don't think I've ever actually tried the colored versions. I think I've always just purchased um, the translucent one. If you do want a powder that has a decent coverage, the NYX Stay Matte but not flat, I haven't been able to find it, but in saying that, I haven't really had a good hunt for it. That powder is phenomenal at making your makeup last a lot longer if you have oily skin. And they do have a few shades, but their shade range as well is absolutely terrible. So if you have pale skin, you're extremely lucky when it comes to those two powders. If you have dark skin, you might have a bit of trouble. Oh gosh. Moving on, we have another brow kit from Benefit. And this is a collaboration with the Hem Brows sisters. I have no idea who these people are. But they've done some kits with Becca. I'm not going to pick this one up, but I just did want to mention with this one because I have had a beef with Benefit before about these kits. These ones do come in a couple of different colors, not their entire shade range, but they do have 4 different colors by the looks of it. Generally, Benefit, when they collaborate with a person, I think the Chloe Morello set was one in particular that only came out in one shade, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. So this one comes out with 4 products. We have the Goof Proof Brow Pencil in a full size, the Gimme Brow in a full size, and the Precisely My Pencil in a mini. And this one is going to be 66 Australian dollars. So it's not too badly priced. When you compare that to like full size prices in Australia, you're pretty much, I think, buy 1.5, get the rest for free, almost that, or maybe it's like buy one, get the rest for free. They're usually a pretty good value, these kits, if you can get a color match for you. Too Faced is coming out with skincare. I wouldn't trust this for the life of me. If I'm not going to buy Kylie skincare, I'm certainly not going to buy Too Faced skincare. So this comes with a hydrating serum and a moisturizer, an SPF 25 moisturizer. Just bear in mind with this one, I think because it's part of the Hangover range, it will probably have coconut in it because most of the Hangover range has coconut in it. So if you are sensitive to coconut scents, or if you're sensitive to coconut in general, steer clear of this because I'm assuming both of these products will have coconut in them. Yeah, it's something. So the serum is a hyaluronic plumping serum supercharged with dragon fruit and B5, and the SPF, nothing really. It's got cinnamon bark, vitamin A, C, and E, and ginkgo biloba to firm, nourish, and renew. So yeah. Michelle says stick to makeup, guys, and maybe work on the eyeshadow formula. Yeah. I don't think Too Faced have the worst eyeshadow formula. They need to just work on their consistency between the eyeshadow palettes. That's one thing I would like to see from them. Okay. I don't think I spoke about this last week, and the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. I think I signed off last week and I was like, God damn it, I forgot to mention the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. I'm a little bit intrigued by this, but at the same time, I'm not. I don't really need any more lipsticks, but if you were going to pick them up, I mean, I would probably be a little bit jealous of you. I think for starters, it's about time that she bloody well brought out this collection. We have been waiting for years, like literal years, for her to release her bloody makeup range. I don't know. I saw her swatch video and they looked pretty they looked pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Like, they looked pretty comfy on the lips when she was applying them. They looked quite creamy. And she was saying she like designed the formula to be in between like a really intensely opaque lipstick and a sheer lipstick. So if you want it sheer, there's that option, but they also build really well. So I'm just, I'm not sure. Michelle says, yes, I agree. Angie says, same. Carolyn says, I would like some of the Jacqueline lipsticks, but I'm going to have to wait for a restock. Most are sold out and all of the bundles are sold out. Yeah, they sold out within minutes. Like, everyone thought it was going to be a total fail, but I know how many loyal followers she has after so many years, and those guys brought up nearly her entire stock. So, yeah, I'm not surprised that she sold out of so much within minutes. I know that I've seen so many people, they actually had them in the cart ready to pay for them. They went to pay for them and it was just like sold out because everyone was on that bandwagon. I really like how she came out with the kits, like of the trios of the lipsticks. I think that was a really good idea. I think it would be cool if she let you design your own bundle though. I think that would be a really good idea if she had a custom bundle and you could just pick 3 for the bundle price. I don't know if she has a discount or anything on her website if you buy 3. I haven't looked into it at all. I just kind of avoided the website because I knew it was going to happen. I don't know whether I'm willing to pay the prices that she's asking though when you convert it. I think they're about $20. Are they about $20? That would be great. Yeah, I agree. I think brands really need to capitalize on the fact that at least a nude collection that would cover all skin tones. Yeah, I think she's done a pretty good job covering the skin tones. I think she's definitely spent a lot of time trying to make sure she's covered a lot of skin tones. And Carolyn says $20 for international ship. What? $20? Are you kidding me? That is insane. Also, is there an option to buy the whole collection for a discounted price? I think there is, actually. I think there is, Angie. What the hell? I'm on Instagram right now. I'm just going to press the link and I'll find out for you. I think she did say that there's a option to buy her whole collection. What? I can't remember how much she said, though. They are, oh, actually, I'm such a Dilbury. I should have looked on the, where's that? So it's $49 for the trios. How much for the set? I'm sure she said you could buy the PR set. If she doesn't have a PR set available, she's an idiot. People would buy the shit out of that. $295 for the whole collection. How many lipsticks are they in the whole collection? It's like 20 something, isn't it? Let me see if I can. I don't know. I think that's a all right price for the whole collection. I mean, if you convert that to Australian dollars, that's a heck of a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, 20 lipsticks for $295. I mean, if you don't give people free shipping with that, that's a bit uncalled for. But I don't know, I think that's an all right price when you think about it for a whole set. And I would imagine you'd get the little PR box as well with that. So I'm interested, but you guys know I keep banging on about that exchange rate. It's killing me at the moment. So I kind of want to buy these, but I kind of don't because I don't need any more nude lipsticks. But I mean, it'd be cool to have. That packaging is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a lot of money to pay for 20 lipsticks, but in the like in the grand scheme of things, when you think about the price per, let me get my calculator. Let me get my trusty calculator because I'm terrible at maths. So that works out $14.75 per lipstick. So if you think about it, like if you're going to buy the whole set, it's a really good deal. But obviously forking out $295 is very, very, very high. And do you really need 20 lipsticks? If you have like 5 or 6 friends that you could split it between and you just all pick out the ones that you wanted, maybe that would be a good way to go. Like get 5 friends of varying different skin tones and split the cost, and it would be a great deal then. I'm sure it's free shipping for the domestic market. Yeah, I know. It's always the case. The only lipsticks I would have paid a lot for are the Lisa Eldridge ones, you know. Yeah, those lipsticks were stunning. Like they were a piece of art to look at, and the colors were beautiful as well. No, I don't really need 20 nudes. Every time you guys say nudes, it comes up as a flagged comment for me. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I know it's a lot of money to pay, and I would imagine she'd probably had a lot of people buy the whole set though. Moving on, I think we've spoken about Jaclyn Hill for way too long. This is a collection I am very intrigued by because of the packaging. I can't believe I just did a bit of that. This is the Luminous Cosmetics and Sir John official. They've partnered with Disney to bring the Lion King collection. Guys, the packaging on this is amazing. It is absolutely stunning. Let me find the palette first. Let me find the front of the palette. Because, oh my gosh, I saw this today and I nearly lost my shit because it is beautiful. It is so beautiful. Come on. Let me get a good photo. Here we go. It's like got lions on the front. It is so beautiful. How stunning is that packaging? And the lipsticks, I kind of want to buy one of these lipsticks just so I can have the packaging. I know, it's terrible. It is so, so pretty. I've never heard of this brand before. I think they've done this collection. I mean, the eyeshadow palette's not the best, but the packaging is amazing. Oh my gosh, it is so stunning. Oh. And The Lion King, it's so nostalgic for me. I grew up watching The Lion King. I think I've watched the animated version about 50 million times because it's one of my favorite childhood movies. It's a classic. This packaging, it gets me right in the feels. Let me find some prices for you. So the eyeshadow palette is $42 US. The sculpting palette is $42. The Circle of Life highlighter is $40. The lip balm is $24. The lipsticks are $24, and the liquid lipsticks are $24. Or you can buy the whole collection for $250. So the prices on this collection is pretty expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. There's something about the packaging on this that gets me. It gets me. I'm really tempted to get that red lipstick. This one. I haven't even seen any swatches of this collection. It's just purely for the packaging. I'm so ashamed to say that. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one, and I'll keep you posted. I've never even heard of this brand before. For all I know, they could probably be absolute crap. I just clicked through their website. I was going to start playing a video. Makeup Revolution have come out with more stuff. So we have some more face masks. Didn't they just come out with face masks like less than a month ago? Didn't they collaborate with that skincare blogger, and bring out masks? Yes, this one with Jake Jamie. He brought out a whole heap of masks with them. And now they're bringing out more. Oh my gosh. This is the aloe vera and water lily soothing mask. We have the honey and oat nourish and glow face mask and the green tea and walnut exfoliating face mask. They literally just came out with masks pretty much exactly the same a couple of weeks ago in collaboration with J. Jamie. I don't know why they need to add these to the collection. This is weird. Pinky brown lipstick looks nice. Are you talking about the one from, are you talking about this one, Darlene? This one here? I think this is the one you're talking about because it is very pretty as well. I'm tempted to get both because I think that would, I really like kind of that darker pinky brown lipstick and the packaging. The packaging. I've already spoken about those palettes. Ruby May Cosmetics, which I have never heard of this brand before, but they are coming out with a Brights palette, and it's a rainbow palette. So it looks pretty cool. I don't know. It's a bit, I don't know. I feel like some of them aren't bright enough for my liking. If you're going to call a palette a bright palette, it needs to be bright. And the orange, the yellow, and the green aren't really that bright. They're a bit dull when they're swatched. And even in the pan, they're not very bright. So I'm going to skip this one. This palette, I don't know how to feel about this palette. This is the new Violet Voss Best Life palette. It's releasing online on the 1st of June and in-store on the 6th of June. So we have 14 eyeshadows of different finishes and 7 finely milled pressed glitters. So this is going to be $49 US. This palette, the packaging on this palette is so weird. I feel like if they took this section here and split it in two, the same that they've done in the middle, they would have got an extra 7 shades in the palette. So I don't know why these ones need to be so big. I don't really enjoy how this palette is laid out. And then if these are, these are a pressed glitter. So if you are really rough with your pressed glitters and you find that they get really flaky and chunky, like I do, I'm very messy with glitters. These are going to kick up quite a lot. And then when you close the palette, it's going to end up like on here. I'm assuming that's how it's going to close, or maybe not. It might close like mirror first and then this side. So if it does that way, it would be all right. I don't think you need these large sizes of the pressed glitters. I think it's a bit not redundant. I just think it's useless. I would rather them double the amount of shades on this side than have them in these giant pans. That's a better focus. Yeah, I don't know. The colors are all right. The color range is all right. I don't think I'd have any use for it though. Wait, is this the color? No, it's not a collaboration. Yeah, I wouldn't use these. I don't like these colors either. I just feel like they're a bit lackluster. They swatch really nice, but I've already got these colors like 10 times over in my collection. Back to the Melt palette. Benefit have just recently announced that they are bringing out a new foundation. So this is the Flawless Brightening Foundation. I must say I'm happy to see Benefit bring out something other than a brow kit for once. They are notorious for just collaborating with an influencer and bringing out a brow kit. So we actually have something different for once. So this foundation is available in a like full size, and they also sell it in a mini size. And then we also have a powder collection. The shade range, which is quite typical of Benefit, is absolutely appalling. Like, if this is all the shade ranges, they really need to work on that. Felicity, hi, you made it back. Good to see you. Darlene says, if you like bright eyeshadows, the BYS Euphoria palette is a cheap and good one. Really? I've actually been thinking about maybe trying something from BYS. I can't remember the last time I brought anything from BYS. I think I was in high school, and they've really upped their game since like 10 years ago. So I'm actually pretty keen to go check them out. I'm waiting for them to bring out that pickle palette. I'd really like them to release the pickle palette because I want to give it a go. Obviously without the pickle scent, but I think if they don't release that palette sometime soon, then they're really shooting themselves in the foot. This collection of, let me see if they told me how many. Okay, so there's 12 shades, which is not the greatest, but I'm not expecting much from Benefit. They brought out about 4 shades of that Hello Happy, whatever it was, the other foundation in the little bottle. Like, there was like 4 of them. So I'm not surprised that there's only 12 shades. Let me see. Is there a price? So this is supposed to be a medium coverage. It's supposed to have SPF 15. It's got photochromatic pigments. It's got hyaluronic acid, flower acids. It's supposed to be 12-hour long wear. And the powder is supposed to be dual coverage velvet powder, lightweight and breathable, mattifies all day, shea butter extracts for a soft, smooth feel, and it's supposed to be 12-hour long wear. I don't know. I feel like this is definitely going to have potentially one of those doe foot applicators. I don't know, this packaging just seems like it might have a doe foot applicator for the foundation. And I don't really like doe foot applicators. I'm not really interested in this. If I'm going to try a foundation at the moment, it's not going to be this one. And I don't think Benefit really, I don't know, they're not the best when it comes to complexion products. I think their formulas are usually a bit so-so when it comes to complexion products. Juvia's Place have released a powder, so a loose powder to go with their foundation and their concealer. I'm really keen to try this. It's only $12 US, which, I mean, $12 for a powder is really good. We have 5 shades in this one. I don't know how much powder you get though. Yeah, when I finally decide to buy the foundation, I think I'm going to buy the foundation, the concealer, and the powder, like all in the same order, because I'm pretty keen to try all 3 of them. And they're pretty reasonably priced, and when Juvia's Place go on sale, they do sales like really, really well. They go on like 40% sales. Most, like, all the time. All the time they do 40% off sales. I'd say nearly every second month they have a 40% off sale. Guys, I'm going to have to mute you again so I can blow my nose. I'm so sorry. Thank you for bearing with me. This cold weather is killing me. Okay, what else do we have? Sports Girl have come out with 2 new products. So we have an eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette almost looks like a Morphe palette. It's got that little variations in the colors. And we also have a coconut oil illuminator. This is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. So very Morphe-esque, I think. And then the coconut oil highlighter, which I don't know how I feel about this. Obviously, I would definitely not recommend you putting this on your face. I think this is definitely a strictly like shoulders down product, because I think the coconut oil could potentially really upset your skin if you are sensitive to it at all, or if you have oily skin. You're probably going to get even worse skin if you use this. Yeah, I don't know. I was in Sports Girl in April. I think it was April. And I was that little fiend that was like swatching everything, and I was pretty unimpressed. I was very tempted to buy a palette so I could do a review on it. But I couldn't really find anything that I wanted to buy. I think it's a good range if you are in your teens and you're looking for a way to start experimenting with makeup and like starting to play with makeup. I think it's very good for that, because the price range, like the price level, is really like, it's a lot lower. Like you can buy a whole eyeshadow palette for, I think they're like $25 or $30, so you can get a good bang for your buck. But the eyeshadow palettes, there wasn't much color variations within the eyeshadow palettes, which was a bit disappointing. Have any of you ever tried any makeup from Sports Girl? I'm really interested to know about it, but I don't want to waste my money. I don't want to buy something just to review it and then forget about it. Kristen Dominique is releasing a new palette. This is the palette that's coming out in summer 2019. So this one will be out soon, probably. Also looks like she's going to come out with a brush set. So this is the Rustic Glam eyeshadow palette. The packaging on this looks really nice, but the colors inside look almost really muted. Like, not this to me is not a typical summer palette. They look quite almost grey toned. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I know there's a lot of people that do really like the Kristen Dominique formula. I've never tried anything from her because her brand is not the easiest to get in Australia. So I haven't had a chance to try it. And I don't know. Her palettes haven't really interested me all that much. So I'm not quite sure about this one. The packaging looks cool. I like all her palettes at the moment that she has released have kind of been in the same theme. They've been like the same size with the same shaped pan and her DC imprinted on it. Like, she's got a good branding when it comes to her makeup line. Looks like Morphe's coming out with a Pride palette. So an eyeshadow palette. It doesn't look like we have seen the inside of it yet, though. Let me just check their Instagram. Whoop, maybe we have. So it's going to be a rainbow palette. Just show me the palette. One thing I will note about this collection, which I think is pretty cool, they are going to be donating 100% of the net proceeds of this collection to the Trevor Project throughout I'm assuming throughout the month of Pride. I don't know whether the donating 100% is going to go past Pride Month or whether it will just stop at the end of June. If it continues, I think that's so cool. I think it's really cool that they are donating 100% of the proceeds, of the net proceeds. It looks like it's just going to be a rainbow palette. I can't find a picture of it just yet, but I'm excited to see what's inside. I think it's really cool that they're donating 100% of their proceeds. What else do we have? Oh, this is something that I noticed before I jumped on, and I'm so excited about this. nothing in makeup is easy to get in Australia. I 100% agree with you there, darling. And it is so expensive trying to get it to Australia as well. With the exchange rates, like our exchange rate is absolutely shit at the moment. Yeah, like it doubles everything basically. Unless you're buying from like Canada or like Japan, any of the Asian countries, I think the exchange rate is all right. But in terms of buying from the US and the UK, which is where majority of brands are, like you've got to at least double it to get the price in Australian dollars. It's absolutely ridiculous. Felicity says late to the party, but Sports Girl used to do really nice lip glosses. I don't know about the current formula, but my fave was from there about 10 years ago. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Okay. Back to the exciting things. So if any of you saw my first impression review of the Stacey Marie and Be Perfect Carnival palette, I really enjoyed it. And looks like they're going in for a round 2. I'm so excited. This is what she looks like so far. This is a few of the swatches. Some of these colors look beautiful. So I think I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for the whole palette. I hope, though, I'm crossing my fingers that this collection isn't as bulky as the last one, because the last palette was about, I want to say it was about this thick when you like close it. So it's very bulky. But the colors in there are really pretty, and I'm really excited to see what she has decided to match with these colors. There's like a bright neon lime green. We have like a bright aqua color. Oh, it looks beautiful. There's a shimmery lavender, some duochromes in there. I'm very excited for this palette. As you can tell, I'm very excited to see what else is going to be in this palette. Let me see if I can find some more details. Ooh. They look very nice. So I'm going to keep my eye on this one, and I will keep you posted if I find out some more information about it. But I'm very excited. This might be the last thing we talk about. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray in the scent Summer Solstice. Can someone tell me what Summer Solstice smells like? This is supposed to be coming in June. Yeah. That's about it. The packaging looks cool. I mean, it's got palm trees all over it. I have no idea what Summer Solstice smells like. I'm interested to see what it smells like. Do I need any more setting sprays at the moment? Definitely not. And this one, I don't know if this one would be coming to Australia or not. I mean, I'll give it a whiff at Mecca, but I probably will give it a pass. They actually released a limited edition one for Mecca Land. I saw it in store today, but I didn't actually spray it to see what it smelled like. On that note, though, I mentioned ages ago the Steeler and the Happy Hour palette and what was the other one called? The Happy Hour, and I'm going to have to sign off soon, guys. My nose is non-stop running. Here we go. The Happy Hour and the After Hour eyeshadow palette. Swatched them in store today. Wasn't the most impressed with them, so I left them there. I didn't buy any of them, either of them. They're $80 in Australia, and the mattes, when I swatched them on my skin, were like invisible, and I'm pretty pale. Like it takes nothing for anything to show up on my skin because I'm so pale, but they barely showed up. The glitters, I think I had to come home and have a shower because there was glitter everywhere, and I was walking around Mecca and the glitter was like following me. I went through about 6 makeup remover pads while I was in Mecca trying to get it off. Oh my gosh, they felt like a very interesting texture. I think I've seen someone say that they are like infused with silicone or something, so they're a bit of like a creamy jelly pressed glitter formula. Very strange. They swatched quite nicely, but the mats were very disappointing. So I walked away. You'll be very proud of me. I didn't buy anything from Mecca when I went in there today. Let me just check. I think that's probably about it. I'm just double checking to make sure we don't have any new stuff. No. I hope you aren't getting sick. I hope I'm not getting sick either. I think it's just the cold, fresh air. It makes my nose runny, and this room isn't the warmest. So, yeah, it doesn't really help the situation. So I'm hoping maybe my husband has put the fire on and I can go warm myself up in front of that and get some editing done. So that's going to be it for today, everyone. I'm really glad a lot of you managed to jump on with me. It's been lots of fun talking to you all, and I will probably, very first thing in the morning, my nose runs like a tap because of just the fresh morning air. It hits me all the time. I will probably be back on next Sunday. I don't think anything will pop up. So I will be back on Sunday, and hopefully in the morning. Probably not in the morning because I'm too disorganized in the morning. But I will see you all next Monday. I hope you have a fantastic week, and you will see me in videos throughout the week. But I will catch you live next Sunday. Bye, everyone.